You can go, Kath. Thanks, love.
Charlotte, oh, how exciting. I'm really excited about this Zoom tonight. So welcome everybody and thank you for joining us tonight. I know we have a lot of excited people online that attended our LifeVantage conference on the weekend. So we have so much excitement. We really want to share it for the people that couldn't get there. So I'm Katrina Allen from the Sunshine Coast here in Australia, and I want to just tell you a little bit about what we're doing tonight on this call and what our intention is. So our intention for tonight is to welcome you. On that the purpose of this now is to give you a little bit of a feedback and some nuggets that we got and what we learned from the key speakers. Then that will be presented by Kerry Christie, our Pro 5 in Australia. Then we'll have our call to action and why this is important, presented by Janelle James. Then the call to action steps and systems of how we're going to go about this will be presented by Charlotte Venter. And country support and what this could mean for your business will be presented by G Fletcher. So we have an awesome lineup. So I hope you guys have your notepads ready and you're going to be taking notes. And this is really going to take your business to the next level. So I'm excited to get this started. I'm not going to take up any more time. So I'm going to introduce the next speaker, Kerry Christie. She's a beautiful mum of, look at her little babies there, gorgeous little babies, 3 girls and a little Casey boy in the middle there. So welcome, Kerry. Are you there?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Katrina. All right. So what an incredible weekend, few days it was. And I'm going to try to paint a little bit of a picture for you guys, especially for those that weren't there, about the conference. So in attendance, I believe it was the best attendance we have ever had at a leadership academy yet to date in Australia. There was 130 in attendance. We had a room packed full of like-minded, heart-driven people who just want to go out there and be an influence for good in this world. It was amazing. There was just incredible energy there. We saw old friends, we made new friends, and it was just such a united feeling between everybody. It's absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite things that happened at the event was gratitudes. Pamela passed out cards for what we had to fill in. It said LifeVantage thank you for, and we had to fill it in. And the responses were just incredible. I mean, there were tears. Pretty much every single gratitude that was spoken, I think I teared up. Beautiful. And it just confirmed to me that we all have something so special with LifeVantage, so special. There were local Australian leaders who expanded their comfort zones, and they had their first stage debuts, which they did incredible. And corporate speakers, so we had Justin Rose, the Chief Sales Officer, and Cortland Pearson. And they made us laugh. They shared from their heart. And once again, when I listened to them speak this time, it just confirmed to me how much care is behind from corporate and how much love within our company. I just think our corporate leaders are incredible and just heart-driven, just like all of us. We had incredible speakers from the States. So we had Seth Campbell, who is a Pro 9, and Pro 10 Jill Pearson, and Nikki Kiahoho. Did I say her name wrong? I was trying to practice it before this. They gave us so much wisdom, lots of golden nuggets and knowledge. But what I got from the entire experience, it's this feeling. It's this feeling that's really hard to express other than you leave there, you're so full, you're so inspired, you're so motivated, and so empowered. So events are essential, guys. It's essential for building your business. So good to see so many of you there, and let's just keep growing and growing and growing that number. Commit yourself to the next event. You will not regret it all. Absolutely amazing. So just a few takeaways that I wanted to share with you. So Seth Campbell, he spoke about fear. And I have heard this so many times, but it just hit me so hard. just a different way this time. I really want to share it with you. So how often do we fear? I don't know, if you're like me, it's something you're really working on. Fear just can creep in so easily. But fear, all that it is, it's an illusion. We know it's not real. And it is literally, so simply put, it's the absence of faith. So whenever you feel that fear start to step in, just kick in that faith, kick in a positive thought, turn that mindset around. You're going to hear a lot about mindset because it's so much about mindset. Nikki, so she shared so many incredible things, but just a few things that really touched me. She spoke about living above the line, and she had responsibility written and then a line below it, and then she had blame, shame, and justify. And I just thought about this, and I was like, how often in my life, in my business, to myself, to my family, how often do I, you just like programming since we were children, do we blame, shame, and justify everything? And so that was such an empowering moment for me to really understand that it's, the responsibility that we have to take to have success in life in all areas of our life. So that was just a real key thing for me. She spoke about disempowering thoughts versus empowering thoughts, and we have a really good list of examples. If you haven't seen it, just find somebody that was there and look at that list and really apply it into your life. She spoke about personality differences, and we got to discover our own personality. There were 4 of them. And how important it is to understand the differences. And this is for life in general. Everything that we learned was for life in general, but we know that as we apply it into our life, it is going to help us with our success in our business. So personality differences as you're building your business, to working with your team and prospecting, all of that. So Jill Pearson, she's amazing. And some of the things that she spoke about that I absolutely loved was an ownership mindset. This is where we're not looking upline, we're not looking downline, sidewards, diagonal, anywhere for our success. We have to look within, and we have to take ownership and own it. Take that responsibility that Nikki spoke about and own our businesses, own our life. Don't look to anybody else. And just to end off with a takeaway, a quote from her. Oh, hang on. She also spoke about a blitz of activity to get to the next level, which is all going to tie in incredibly to tonight. So just hang out for what's coming up later. But a quote of hers that she said, everything you have in your life is a reflection of what you believe in your life and what you deserve. So pretty powerful. All right, so moving on to some awesome news. We have a new country incentive. Guys, this is the very, very first country incentive trip that we have ever had. It's so exciting. And I honestly think, don't quote me, I mean, we'd have to ask Cheryl about this, but isn't it the first one that they've ever done for a market? So, we are so special. We are so special. I'm really excited about this. So you're going to find incredible training there, lots of fun. And it's a really special opportunity for team bonding and developing relationships. The qualifying period is October 2017 to May 2018. And details will be coming out. We got them there. It's too much to go into right now. But you're going to want to do everything that you can to get yourself there. It's going to be an incredible experience. Another exciting announcement, first time ever for Australia, once again, is that we have a bundle packs. So this is from now until December 15th, and it is 8 bottles of Pretandem and 1 tru-science kit at the price of 500 Australian dollars. So this is a product value of $685.30. So you're literally getting $185 free, which is 27% of free product. So awesome deal. And it's 100 points towards this incentive trip, the Bahamas, for qualifying, and 400 qualifying volume and 360 PV. So so exciting. We've never had these things for Australia. So wonderful work. I know the people that have been pushing for these, and we are so grateful and appreciative. Did I say it wrong? Oh, no, Karen's just putting it out there. Yeah, thanks, Karen. Awesome. Okay, so that's me. So now I'm going to pass the time over to my beautiful friend and business partner, Pro5, Janelle James. She is just an incredible wealth of knowledge, and she's going to talk about why call to actions are so important. There she is with her 2 beautiful daughters and her husband. Janelle, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me, Kerry?
I can.
Somebody's drawing on our screen. But all good, let's keep going. So while we have launched a call to action, oh, there it is again. We want call to actions, right? We want to set ourselves goals, but with those goals, you've got to also have some sort of an end in sight, right? You know, and if you're having a call to action with your team, if you're looking at really good focus and motivation for your team, not only setting goals and keeping each other accountable is amazing, but we also want to have that call to action so we know what to do at the end of it, and we know where this is going and why it is so important that we have these sorts of things put in place. So we want a clear focus for the next 45 days, which Charlotte will go into a bit more in a minute, but this is the last time before Christmas that we're going to be able to push ourselves that bit further and get ourselves these massive goals that we want to achieve for ourselves and our teams. So let's get out there and do it. You know, 45 days, it's not very long. It's something that we can push really hard for and focus on massively over the next little bit. And what do you think that's going to do for our team? What do you think it's even going to do for our Bahamas points and the Australia incentive? So Bahamas, who's going to Bahamas? I know I definitely am going. Woohoo! So let's get more of our team there. Let's try and help them out, get this 45-day blitz happening and get more of our teams to Bahamas. It's so important that LifeVantage see more Australians there in the Bahamas and, you know, showing us as being some of the leaders in this country, in the whole company. Why not get more people there with us? And it's going to be so exciting when we're all there together to be able to lock arms and just have some fun, right? You know, that's what it's all about. And the Australian incentive, oh my goodness, as Kerry said, it's the first one we've had here. And it's in Australia, so we don't have to catch 3 planes to get there to go and have some fun together. So why not go and do that 45 blitz and get yourself to those incentives that we have coming up? And not only will this help your business, you know, in the next 45 days, but you're creating that funnel that you then can, you know, keep following up with. And we know over time it takes a lot of dripping on our people and sharing bits and pieces here and there, which is what ends up getting them to sign up in your business or to sign up as a customer, right? So we want to create that funnel, that full funnel after the 45 days, and not everyone's going to jump on board with this within that 45 days. So you really are paving the way with your new contacts that you're going to be exposing to our business or our opportunity in some way over the next little bit. And by doing that over the next 3, 4, 5 months, you will see massive growth. You will see huge action within your teams. You know, if you're really all out there keeping each other accountable and getting each other you know, to push really hard and to create that funnel of 200 or more people that you're talking to, you're going to take your business to that next level, right? We're all going to be Pro 6, 7s and 8s, and Charlotte will be the Pro 10, you know, in the next little bit. Why not? So let's go and get this out there, guys. And I'm just going to now hand it over. Oh, actually, I've got to go through this bit, sorry. So we want to create real leaders here. And as Jill Pearson spoke about the other day, she was creating why she was stuck at Pro 5. She was saying that was because they didn't develop enough leaders under them, and they were stuck there because they were the ones presenting all the time on their own. So really that's why their business wasn't growing any further than that, because they were just getting to the point of, okay, these people are under us, they're sending people along to us, we're presenting for them, but it was not getting the team anywhere. It was not duplicating through the team and growing and developing more leaders along the way. So we want to get our teams to even just get them to share their story and maybe 2 or 3 slides at the start, or maybe get them to share just the product part of it and you share the business, you know, depending on what the presentation is about, or if it's, you know, daytime or nighttime or face-to-face or webinars, whatever that may be. But we really want to create those leaders under us and have that duplicated through our teams. So let's get that out there and have more people not only share their story at the start of a presentation, but get them to do a few of the slides. And over time, they will start to really see why this is important for them to be presenting as well. I know myself, I was recording myself for 2 weeks on my phone on the voice recorder, doing the presentation back and forward to myself to get it right, so I didn't have to have my upline do it for me, because I was, I wanted to be one of those ones that was just out there doing it on my own when I needed to do it on my own and that sort of stuff. And we want that third party, that's really important, but I also didn't want to just rely on my upline for things like that. So developing those leaders is such an important part of getting your business to grow to that next level and to those next ranks. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to Charlotte, and she's going to go through with us those strategies and the action steps that we're going to go into to get this blitz and this 45-day challenge happening. Thanks, Charlotte.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Janelle. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming on. Yeah, gosh, this is a record. I've never seen 96 people on a Zoom in Australia. This is just incredible. Thank you so much. You just have no idea how much this means to us as leaders. When we run and we want to help set things in place for you to see that you participate and that you support us. So thank you so much. So yes, guys, as Janelle mentioned, blitzes or bursts in network marketing are exceptionally important. In my career, I have watched many different leaders. I have watched the successful ones and the not so successful ones. And I can tell you that the successful ones always have done at least 5 or 6 blitzes or bursts of activity in their career. So what is a burst of activity, or what is a blitz? Well, basically, a call to action, which we put out at the convention this weekend, is basically just a period of intense focus on action. And, the kind of action that we do, of course, to grow our business is income producing activity, right? So that's sharing what we have with people. Now, guys, many of you will look at this and think, oh my gosh, I have already shared with everyone I know, but I want to challenge you to think about that again, because many of us have thousands of people on Facebook that we've actually never even spoken to. Many of us still have loads of contacts on our phone that we've never spoken to. So our aim is to take a short period of time, which ideally is from today right through to the end of November. That gives us about 45 days of great and a massive focus, and then it's December, and then we can take a bit of a breather, guys, and of course enjoy and celebrate Christmas with our families. So guys, all leaders, as I've mentioned, have done bursts of activities, and it is super important to get you from where you are now to the next rank. And one thing I've learned in my career, that no matter what problem you face in your network marketing business, seriously, no matter what the problem is, the way to solve that problem is to bring in new people. Sometimes even just to get your existing distributors to notice the value of what they have and to start taking action happens when you bring in new people, because suddenly it's like they get FOMO, right? Everybody worries about losing out. So what are we doing here with you tonight? Well, we want to set a vision. As Carrie and Janelle mentioned, we have this opportunity to really make a difference before this year ends. We have an opportunity to add points to our Bahamas points. We have an opportunity to start qualifying for an Australian incentive. And of course, we have an opportunity to rank, and to grow our own business, but also our own income. So the vision you need to have in front of you is, what is it that you want to achieve by the end of November? What is that vision? Close your eyes and see the picture. Now, we heard many times this weekend, you have to be able to see where you want to be, see the picture of it, and then set that as your goal. And then, of course, you need a plan, which is what we're going to go through in a second. Then you just want to start taking action, jump in with all that you have, and then automatically what will come is success. It cannot not come. It has to come, right? So I know, guys, that many of you will be sitting there thinking, oh no, this is too much. Like, I'm going to lose my mind. I've already had a few distributors, sort of via the grapevine. I've had feedback that some people are feeling a bit overwhelmed with this call to action, and they're just going, I'm going to pull my hair out. Well, guys, please don't freak out. That's not our intention, right? Our intention is to help you build your business in the way that we know it works. So if you're freaking out right now, why don't you go into the chat and just say, that's me, I'm freaking out. Guys, there's no embarrassment attached to that. That's just being genuine and sincere and honest. And that's what we're here for as a family, is to help you. Well, I want to say to you, don't freak out, because you can adjust this call to action to whatever is going to suit you. But the main thing about a burst of activity is that you do a lot more than what you normally would do. So in other words, if you would normally speak to, let's say, 2 people a day for 5 days a week, that's 10 people a week. A burst of activity for you would be to double that. So you can choose, instead of walking, you're going to run. Instead of maybe crawling, you're going to walk. And maybe instead of running, you're going to fly. So look at your life. Look at what stretches you. So I don't want to say look at what's comfortable, because the whole idea is to get out of your comfort zone, right? So look at what's going to stretch you just that little bit more. Not freak you out, but what's going to stretch you, and then commit to that and run with everything you have. So maybe for you, it is not that I'm going to contact 200 people, right? Because that's what we're going to ask you to do, is make your list of 200 people. You may say, no, I'm going to adjust that to 100, or I'm going to adjust that to 50. This is your business, guys. This is your business. You can do with it whatever you please to do. But as leaders, it is our responsibility to be able to set the pace for you and to give you the best advice that we can. And the best advice that I can give you in Australia is that blitzes work. Blitzes help you to get to the next rank. A blitz in your business will set you up. You only need to do a few, maybe 4 or 5 in your entire network marketing career. You only need to do 4 or 5. You go speak to the top leaders. That's all they've ever done. But let me give you this analogy. If you have an aeroplane sitting on the runway and it's about to take off, the pilots, they start slowly, they open the motors and they open the engines and they open them, and suddenly what do? Because now they want to get that thing off the ground, they open full tap, all the engines, full tap. So what happens is the plane suddenly gets a burst of energy and it lifts off the ground and it keeps going up, 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 up until they've reached a high enough height. Then the pilots pull the engines back, pull the power back, and the plane starts gliding. Now, why? Because you cannot get that aeroplane off the ground unless you give it a burst of power. And guys, network marketing is exactly the same. I have tested it. I have seen this in my own business. You need to build in these bursts to really get your business off the ground, and then you can have a period of consolidation, a period of let's get everything sorted, let's tidy up, let's make sure everybody's been introduced well into the system, they know what they've got to do, and then when you're comfortable a bit later, maybe 3-4 months later, you do another big burst. Do you guys remember what we did in June when we did the 60-30? Well, that's a burst. That's a blitz of activity. And look what happened. June, Australia had the biggest sales it's ever had in the history of LifeVantage. Why? Because we all had dead set clear focus for the month of June. And that's what is super, super important, guys. So again, I want to say, don't get freaked out if you feel that this is too much for you, but set a challenge for yourself. Take it up to the next level so that we can see your business get up to the next level so that you can stay inspired and stay seeing new results. So where do I start? Well, in the next 48 hours, we ask that you write your list, right? Guys, why 200? Well, because that's an industry standard. You go again to the top leaders, they all talk about 200 people. And I guess it's because they tell us that at the average funeral, there's 200 people. So that sort of gives us the assumption that we should all know at least 200 people. Now, many of you have been in this for a long time, and you're probably going to say to me, but Charlotte, I've spoken to my 200 people. Well, I'm sure you can find another 200. Go and have a look on Facebook. There's 1.9 billion people on Facebook. You'll find 200 to talk to. Or go and, I don't know, join the kids' sports club or tennis club, or do what you need to do, guys, to get out there and meet those 200 people. This doesn't mean you got to know these people dead set well and be barbecuing with them on the weekend, right? This is just people that at some stage you have met. The second thing you need to do is you need to know your why, because you may be 4 days in this and think, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing this. But if you remember your dead set clear goal that you've set for the end of November, and you remember your why, maybe that's your husband or your kids or whatever that is, that's the thing that will keep you driving and keep you moving forward. So know what it is that you want to achieve by the end of November. Is it a new rank? Is it maybe a couple more distributors? What do you want? And then, guys, look at your Facebook contacts, look at your phone, look at your email, and there's a beautiful memory jogger by Eric Worre that you can just Google, and it'll help you find more people. And then, of course, you need to find your sponsor or accountability partner. Have a chat with them and ask your sponsor, please, will you run with me for the next 45 days because I'm going to need your help. If you don't work with your sponsor, or maybe they're not in the business, then go to your accountability partner. Find somebody in the system. Guys, if you're looking for an accountability partner, please put it up in the chat now. I'm sure there's many of you that we can connect together and you can help one another. So if you feel like you're on your own and you need that accountability partner, just put it up in the chat and we will help you. And now what you're going to do, once you've got your sponsor or your accountability partner in place, you are going to set 3 dates for online or offline events. Now, guys, you can do them all online or you can do them all offline, whatever combination you want to do, but set 3 dates. And I'm going to show you in a second why. So the next thing is you're going to start taking action, okay? And you're going to start inviting. So you're going to go to your 200 people list and you're going to take 5 to 7 of those people every single day. And this is what you're going to say. You're going to only invite them. You're going to say, hey, Susie, I'm so excited to show you my new business. Would you please give me 15 minutes of your time? Guys, don't make it long, don't make it complicated, don't make it too difficult. All you're doing is inviting. So look, you can speak to Susie first, say, hey, how's it going? I see you've got some children. If you don't know her, spend some minutes building a bit of rapport, and then say, Susie, ask questions, guys. Susie, what do you do? Do you work? Are you home with your kids? And then see if an opportunity opens up for product or business. You say, hey, Susie, I've found this incredible business. It has helped me work from home. I have seen hundreds of other mums work from home. Would you give me 15 minutes that I can show you what I found? So simple. Guys, there's so many different scripts, we can give you 100, but it's basically just ask questions, find out what the person has a pain for in their life, and then basically offer the solution. But the solution as in, hey, John, I found the most incredible science breakthrough that's helping people all over the world with their health. Maybe John has said to you, I've got pain in my body. Then you can say it's helping people all over this world with pain in their body. I'd love your opinion on this. Would you be willing to give me 15 minutes of your time on Tuesday night at 8 p.m.? You don't even have to leave your home, John. I'm hosting an online information session. It may be for you, it may not, but I would so appreciate it if you just had a look. That's all you got to do with your 200 people, guys. You just got to invite them, and then you're going to plug them into a meeting. And the meeting is going to be one of three types. It's going to either be an online Zoom, which is going to be your private event, or it's going to be a coffee with your sponsor or your accountability partner, or maybe a private Zoom or a private phone call with them. You pick what you think will work best for your prospect. If you want to work on your own without an accountability partner and without a sponsor, then guys, we are going to host a lot of webinars for Australia. So you can then just plug your people straight into those. And G's going to come on in a second and share that information with you. But guys, if you are working alongside a sponsor or an accountability partner, this is essential for you to do. When you've picked those 3 dates and you work on your own events, it is super important that you get qualified yourself to present. You know, doing that creates a duplicatable business. And we are going to give you a PowerPoint and a script word for word that you can use. And let me tell you, it's a brilliant opportunity meeting, the one we're using. So what you need to do, guys, is in the first week, let the sponsor or the accountability partner present, unless you're ready. You know, if you feel like, hey, I'm going to do half, you do half, then do that. But by the second week, so by the 3rd fortnight, when it's our last 2 weeks of this call to action, would you please present on your own? Would you take the challenge to present on your own so that you can feel confident by the end of the 45 days that, man, I've got this cat in the bag. I can present, I know what to do, and from now on I can run with my team, my 1 or 2 or 3 new distributors. We're going to run and we're going to have our own presentations. We're going to have our own home parties. Guys, when you do that, oh my gosh, will your business take off? That is truly when you start taking ownership of your business, and you're going to see it skyrocket. And what will happen is your distributors, guys, they are watching you. They are watching you. Guys, similarly, if you're walking around saying, this call to action is a load of nonsense, you know, what does Charlotte think? She thinks we're all at home like her full time doing this. I know some of you are saying that, and it's cool because I probably would have been saying the same thing. But guys, be careful what you say in front of your distributors, because what you say sets an example for them. And what you say, you're basically saying to them is okay. So be careful. Instead of, you know, being I guess, finding this call to action a challenge, rather adapt it and go, hey, you know what? The 200 people are for those people that have more time. But guys, us as a team, we're going to adapt it to suit us, right? So always, guys, be very, very careful how you handle these things in front of your team, because it can really affect your own business. So the next action is you're going to follow up. And guys, if a person says to you that, hold on a sec, that it's, you know, if a person says, no, look, I'm really not interested, it's not for me at this time, you know, most of the time, guys, no means no, not now, or it means no, I don't know enough. That's what I've learned. It's always the 2 things. It's no, not now, or no, I don't know enough. Rarely will you get somebody who just actually don't want it, like they're just never ever going to use it. So I always will say to somebody who says to me no, you know, I'll try and find out why, and then I'll always say, hey, would it be okay if I contact you in 3 months' time and see how that pain in your body is going, or see how that, you know, that new program you're using with your nutritionist, how that's working out for you? And people never say no, never. And then I diarise it. I have an online calendar that I use, and I diarise it. And in 3 months' time, I contact them again. And then when I do contact them, they're expecting it because I have asked for permission, right? Really good way to follow up. And guys, if they say yes, sure, like, you know, I'll get onto your webinar, or yeah, sure, I'll give you 15 minutes. Then hook them up onto a webinar, or a call, or an opportunity, or a one-on-one, as I've mentioned before. So you pick what's best suited for your prospect. The next action after the tool, so this is the close now, right? So now they've been through a webinar, or they've had the phone call, or the three-way, or the Zoom. Now what you say is, what did you like most about what you saw? Or what did you like most about what you heard? Never say, what did you think? Guys, that's not a good one to say. You know, wasn't it just eye-opening? Like, ask great questions like that they really can't say no to. And then my favorite is, the next step is, guys, I find this is the best way to move people through the system, is to talk about the next step. The next step is for us to order your product. Let's get you started. Do you have any questions for me before we do this? I'm not asking, do you want to start? I'm saying the next step, because, you know, why wouldn't they want to be on Pretandem? Why wouldn't they want to do this business? It's so awesome. So in my mind, I'm assuming they're going to say yes. Why wouldn't they? And by doing that, you're giving a posture of confidence, a posture of, let's just move to the next stage and get your product sent out. So always stay with that strong posture of confidence, and you know what, you should be ordering this product, right? So the next step is this. The next step is for me to go onto the system with you and show you how to enroll. When do you have 10 minutes? Okay. Very, very important. Another comment that really works well is, let's get you started. Let's get you started. Not, would you like to get started? No. Let's get you started. All I need is your credit card, you know, and a little bit of information, and we're there. And guys, I often will say this, I just need 2 minutes to get some information, and then I can get your product ordered. And I find this is super essential, as I say that we send our product out to you from the Gold Coast, which is where we have a warehouse. I don't know why, but so many people assume that our product will come from the States. And when I say to them, oh, we have a warehouse on the Gold Coast, we're going to send it out from there and you'll have it within 3 to 5 days, it's almost like it gives our product and company more credibility. So guys, I want to wish you all the best with this call to action. We will be putting up a schedule in the official LifeVantage page with when the webinars are going to run. They're going to start running from next week, Monday. I think it's going to be Monday, Thursday, and Saturday every single week. They will be presented by Pro 5s and above in Australia. So we're going to get all the teams on there. And we wish you all the best, guys. Please run with us. Please, can you test this with us? Let's see what happens in Australia. Do it at whatever level works with you. But please take our hands. Let's do this hand in hand. You know, I always say, guys, we're one team in Australia. We're united. Let's back one another. And let's get Australia to beat Canada, because that's our next goal. So guys, to close this off, I'm going to invite G. She's going to share with you the support we're going to give you and potentially what this could mean to your business. And then she's going to close off for tonight. Thank you, G.
Thanks, Charlotte. Okay, guys, well, I have my t-shirt, my 60-30 t-shirt on at the moment. My daughter was like, I hope you're not going out in public wearing that because it doesn't suit you. And I was like, no, I'm just going to wear it in here. And I think it's just going to be my my attire. You know, we had the elastic last time, but what I just want to say, did you talk about the events, Charlotte? Oh yeah. So we don't want anyone to feel like they're on their own. And I know there is some of you that are on here now that either have their upline in the UK or have their upline in America. And sometimes the calls aren't going to work, or accountability may not work, or else you may just not work with your upline. And that's cool. Some people don't. So we want to support you. We want everyone to succeed here, because when everyone does in Australia, we have that abundance mindset and everyone succeeds, because when everyone's doing well, there is that air and energy that's going around, and it's going to create momentum. So we are going to have a roster up in the LifeVantage Australia LifeVantage events page, and the schedule will also be posted up in our Facebook group. So that's going to be Monday, Thursday, Saturday. There's going to be most of the Pro 5s. We all just went, yeah, absolutely, happy to help. Let's put it up there, because you might, like, as I was hearing this, at the start when I was thinking, oh my gosh, 3 pre-launches, I feel I've been pre-launching myself for the last 3 years and relaunching and things. But as you start to hear it, I'm just kind of like, man, we can do this. I'm probably going to need more than that. So the thing is, when you actually allow yourself to be really open and you allow yourself to actually receive everything, and you don't even know where half these people are coming. Like, I had a girl yesterday who actually got in her Uber, and it looks like she's bringing in a platinum just from her Uber. They've been on the phone again today. She had another person that's come in. He's in his late 70s. Do not prejudge. There is no age limit on this whatsoever. Never prejudge. But she is so open at the moment that things are just happening. So I just want to say to you, be open. The old beliefs that you've had come in your head and think, are you serious? You're relaunching yourself again. Do you absolutely not want one friend left? You know, don't even go there. Don't let yourself think like that, because there's a lot more people than just your friends. If that's the way you feel, go and find lots more. Go, as we were saying, to different sports things or meetups. I think I'm going to 2 meetups this week. And I'm doing some course this Wednesday. I don't even know what it is. But anyway, I've signed up for it. And there's going to be lots of people there. So I've actually put up as well, and it should go in the official LifeVantage page, but Tara Wilson watched about 150 times now, she said, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And she said that is what has actually transformed her business. I picked the shortest one of him. It's 19 minutes. And he challenges every single person to actually watch it for 30 days. Don't even work out how it's going to happen. Don't even think what, and even at the moment you might be thinking, I don't even know 200 people. Don't worry about that. Just accept the challenge. Be open to what the universe or God or whatever you think is going to actually bring the people. And just be on the lookout then for every conversation, every person that is next to you. Be thankful every morning, going, thank you that I'm actually getting these people are coming into my world. I remember when Rachel said to me, every time she's cooked the dinner, she'd stir it going, thank you for bringing all these amazing leaders into my world. Thank you. And we actually messaged her saying, could we be your leaders in Australia? Like, she didn't even know who we were, but she said, gee, I just stir that pot and I just sit there just going, I'm ready to bring everything that you bring to me. I'm ready to receive. So if you have that open heart, open mind, don't let all the old words and all the old beliefs keep you stuck. Because I promise you, November was one of my biggest months last year. It is normally our biggest months. We've got October to kind of spear us into November. So whatever you were thinking, oh my gosh, this is such a huge jump. Because I know there's a lot of you that are on here going from Pro 3 to Pro 4, Pro 4 to Pro 5, Pro 5 to Pro 6. There's so many Pro 5 to Pro 6s. And it's hard sometimes to think, oh my gosh, that's 30,000. But if you're already like paralleling and getting into preparation for October, November is just going to sail through and just magic is going to happen. Magic happens. It happened with me with this 60-30. When Pam said to me, okay, G, so you're actually going to take on all them interviews and you're going to do it every single day. I knew 3 people. I just said, yeah, maybe we should get a couple of the American people. And then all of a sudden it was like, we're going to do it daily. And I was like, I don't even know. And she went, so I'll just leave that with you. And I went, yes, leave it with me. And then Maria Williams came in and found me 10 people. Then somebody else, because I was open. I was just like, bring it on. I didn't know where they were all going to come from at the start. So that's what I would just really, really encourage you to say. I am open to receive everything that is coming my way. I'm not going to say that's really easy for you to get and not for me. What's the worst thing that is going to happen? Is that you're going to grow your business to some amount. It's going to be a lot more than what you were going to do if you didn't do this. So there is nothing bad that's actually going to happen. So I just want to say to everyone, find an accountability, find that mentor if it isn't your upline. I've had a few people come to me today that aren't financially linked to me, and they said, would you be my accountability buddy? And I went, absolutely. Let's do this all together. So I have no problem doing that, especially if it's in the daytime, because I don't work in the day. And I would just say to you, listen to everything that was said today. Maybe go back and listen to this again. Do, and you will succeed. Listen, do, and you will succeed. And we're here to help. We will have so many of these events coming on, webinars, as well as your own private ones. And what's possible? It's possible that you will definitely rank advance. You will definitely go to the Bahamas. I worked out 10 people in my downline as a minimum are coming to the Bahamas, because we've got all them packs now with the Bahama bundles. Go and talk to your customers about them. Go and show them what they can do with the bundles and use their credit card and buy under you. So you're not buying the bundles all in your credit card. So, yeah, I really want to encourage you to do this blitz, and you will have an incredible 45 days. Let's hold hands together and let's see what's possible. Okay, everybody. So I want to just thank you so much for all coming on. There's lots of me's, and lots of girls having events. And yeah, look, 90 people, if we all do it, can you imagine what's going to happen in Australia? We will hit momentum. We won't have a downtime December, January. You know, whether we want it or not, it'll just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, gee, you know, that's for sure, guys. If you look at the statistics, if, you know, even 20% of Australia, if we run with this, the country will go into momentum. It's massive. So 45 days of intense action, intense focus. Guys, drop all the other stuff you're doing in your business. Just focus for the next 45 days and do this. And you will go into Christmas with a smile as broad as your face, because you would have taken your business up to the next level. So thank you to all of our speakers, our beautiful leaders across this country. Thank you to everyone pulling together to make this happen and for presenting. And yeah, have an awesome night. And I know it's quite late. Thank you, New South Wales and Victoria, for coming on so late. Guys, but have an awesome week. Watch out for Facebook posts on the official page. You'll see a lot of notifications go up, and we wish you all the best. That's all we want for everyone. So thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. And remember, if the little